Aloha everyone, I think we're live. Let me get my windows set up. I'm going to tune up my instrument because I just changed the strings. Oh boy, that's loud. Okay. Hello, Michael, good to see you here. One of my real life in-person class students joining us on Patreon. How great. Let's see. We have Shelly and Eric and Lori. I love that. Robin from Pittsburgh. Whoa. I've been to Pittsburgh, I think, all of once. Polly from Maryland. Great. Do you guys have snow? I saw that it was 70 degrees in the DC area, and then there was a blizzard. What happened? Steve, Elizabeth, yes, from snowy Connecticut. Yeah, Jim from North Carolina. Tim, hello. Quail. Wow. Is that a normal thing, Tim, to have quail? I don't know that I could recognize quail. Marilyn from Minnesota. Hello. Monica. Jennifer from Oklahoma. Oh, Oklahoma. Okay. Anything that has to do with a musical will inspire me to sing musical songs. Janice from Wet Lake Tahoe. Yes, we were thinking about going next week, and hopefully the rain will cut down a little bit. Hello, Linda. One of my in-person students as well. Robin, yes. 6 inches. Oh, boy. David from Maui. Ah, lucky you. Yeah. Lynn. Hello, Lynn. Eric. Worcester. I just like saying Worcester. Aloha, Richard. Quail are quite normal. Yes. Quail are normal. Okay. I just changed the strings on this guy. Let me scooch this back so you can get a little bit more finger picking room. Oh, and then you can see Chewy. There we go. Okay, let's see if we like that one versus this other group. Hello, Patricia from Georgia. Isa, do I say Isa? From right around here, NorCal. I might like this better. The other one's kind of pingy. Let's see. Okay. I like the clarity of the strings. Very good, Richard. You recognize them. Yes, they are Worth Brown strings. I'm into the high tension strings. Although on this particular ukulele, there's pretty high tension. I have to pick pretty hard. Carol from Florida, hello. Yes, Isa, cool. Okay, let's grab our music. We'll start with Sound of Silence and take a look at those chords. It's actually not too many chords, which makes it nice. And I put it in a key that could be easier to learn on, although it might not be that comfortable to sing. For me, it's super low, but I'm just going to deal with it. For some of you, it might be very comfortable. If you have a capo, you could try that. Let's see if I can grab my capo and show anybody who doesn't have a capo. I know it's in here. Okay. Ooh, Gary from Edinburgh. It must be late for you, no? Good for you. So, a capo is essentially a tool that allows you to change the key by barring, right, with a tool, or moving where the neck is. So then if you want to move the song up here, Yeah. But with capoing, you can hear that my uke is not as in tune with the capo on. That depends on the instrument. Also, I just changed strings, so they're going to be a little wonky. Okay. Yeah, I'm still not loving that. Let's see. So Issa's asking what kind of uke this is. This is a Mackay cutaway with spalted maple. That's the kind of wood it is. And then a guitar capo will be longer because it's made for 6 strings, right? A wider neck, but it could work. You just have to make it work. We'll just go with this one. I think the pitch will be a little bit more even. Okay. Hello, Susan from Seattle. So let's take a look at our first chord for Sound of Silence. This is an E sus2. And so as written, or as I've diagrammed it there, you would play it like this. You could have your one finger, your index finger, covering both of these strings. And then you could stack this middle finger on top if you like, if you need it. And then you'd want your 3 and 4 fingers up here, right? Ooh. Okay. Why is that sounding so wonky on me? Okay, that's better. Okay, so it actually turns out that in this song, we're going to pick it without using the top string, without using the G string. So you can take this finger away, and actually you could replace the pinky with the ring finger, if that makes sense. So then you would have an open string, then your 4th fret, then your 2nd frets, 4, 2, 2, yeah? And let's walk through the first time just on single strums, okay? These are mostly chords that you will recognize. Actually, yeah, let's just go through the chords at the top. Aside from that E sus2, we have our D, we have our regular E minor, and then we have a different C. This is just an inversion of C, and it's essentially like your B flat shape, but scooched up to the 3rd fret, okay? So then, again, you would use that one finger, the index, to smush 2 of the strings, and then add your middle finger, right? And this is a different kind of C. So try that out. Okay. And then lastly, we have our G. Everybody knows G, yeah? Okay. Jeremiah, you gotta go to the Patreon post. You gotta go to the feed, yeah? You gotta go to the post to get the download. Okay. So, let's just walk through on single strums, mostly because the timing of this song is interesting. If you know the song well, then it might feel natural, and if you don't know the song well, you have to kind of count. Paul Simon is actually known for doing this. As a songwriter, he was one of those kind of like renegade folk guys who didn't write songs in a structured way. So sometimes he would like add an extra half measure somewhere or take away an extra half measure somewhere. So you'll see as we move through this that it's like a little odd compared to other songs that are very like 4 measures, 4 measures, 4 measures, and square. Okay, so we'll just start with our first chord, which is that E sus without the top string. However, you could play both of them if you're just if you want to play the full chord. If this is complicated for you, then you can just switch to playing it this way, okay? Okay, so hello darkness, my old friend, another D. I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly, move up to that C, that 3rd fret C, softly creeping, right? It's just straight from the C back to the G, another G. Left its seeds while it was, slide up, was sleeping. Now next line, it's just one G, like it's very quick, G, and the C. Vision that was planted in my G brain still remains. Add the pinky for E minor. If you don't know that trick, I teach that trick, I think, in the Hallelujah tutorial. I like to do that. Okay, now last line, G. Within the sound, right, it's really fast going from that G to the D. So within the sound. Now you go to your E sus again, of silence. And then you end with a full E minor. Okay. So, how was that? Let me know how that was, because it's a weird timing. However, for the most part, through the rest of the song, Paul Simon, he keeps up the same timing with certain adjustments in places. It's like if a phrase that he sings is a little bit longer, then he'll play the G for a little bit longer. So that's, just know that going in, and if you look at other Paul Simon songs, you're going to find that as well. Yeah, Monica saying it was in Trolls. Yeah, I didn't see Trolls, but I saw one clip where it was like in a small part of it. I don't know if it had the full song beyond that. Okay, so now I actually think it might be good to do that one more time. Actually, let's do this. Let's play through then the verse with the single strumming, okay? Meaning after that first picking part. Oh, I didn't write pick there. Okay, so let's go to like the number 2 line, right? Which is essentially meaning the second verse. And hopefully you can understand the layout that's happening here. It's the same chords through each line. So then this is just like this, the 2 line is the second verse, the 3 line is the 3rd verse, 4 lines, 4th verse, 5th line is the 5th verse, and then you'll notice for the 5, the very last line, there is no 5, you're going to go to the outro instead. Okay, so let's look at the second verse starting with the strum. We're still going to just do single chords. Robin's asking about the G to E minor, so G, okay, then you're going to add your pinky, right, on the 4th fret on the C string. Okay, so this is the E minor shape. You can get there, the same shape, by adding the pinky to the G. Yes. Hi, Rod and Maggie who joined us. Okay, so starting with the verse, the strumming verse, we're just going to strum single chords again to get used to the pattern. Okay, here we go. So, in restless dreams I walked alone. Another D. Narrow streets of cobblestone. Neath the halo of us, that 3rd fret C, a street lamp. That moves pretty fast. G. I turned my collar to the cold and damp. Hopefully you're starting to get used to that change. Another G. When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night, add the pinky E minor, last line G, and touch the sound. Slide to the E minor of silence. Okay, let's go through the 3rd verse, and I'll give you some more transition tips, okay? And in the naked light I saw. Okay, now to get from D to E minor, we've done this change, maybe we did it very recently. It feels like it was recently. So take your ring finger, move it up to the C string and slide it over to the 4th fret. That's going to give you a more stable change from D to E minor. Okay, 10,000 people, 10,000 people, maybe more. You hear it scraping the bottom of my range? Okay, get ready for that C to G change. People talking without speaking. Okay, let's just pause there and do that change a little bit. Okay, so you're going from the bar, right? Your first finger is essentially, your one finger is barring the E and A strings. And okay, so here's one thing that you can do if you like it. You could slide back and you could bar entirely with the index for G. Some people might like that better. Some people might even like to use the ring finger for the C. You bar with the ring finger for the C, and then slide back and bar and then add the middle finger for the G. So all the fingerings are pretty fluid based on where you're coming from, where you're going, and what's comfortable for your hand. So that's just something to get used to as well. Okay, so let's try that again. A little bit back and forth. C and G. Just work it on your own, I would say, to the level that makes sense for you. Right? Try it with changing your finger, using that ring finger maybe, barring on the G. For me, it's sometimes easier to just go to the position that you know well. Okay, so let's try that third line again. The people talking without, third verse, people talking without speaking, another G. People hearing without listening. Now next line, you go straight to the G. People writing C songs that voices never share, and no one dare. Pinky for E minor, back to G. Disturb the sound. Okay, so moving from that G to that D. Move that, slide that ring finger back. Slide that ring finger into the 2nd fret and then flip those other 2 fingers up. Right? And then back to the E minor of silence. I should mention that for anyone who doesn't like this C, you could play a regular C, but I think you could hear that it's a little bit different, right? People talking without speaking, or people talking without speaking. It just depends. It sounds better when you're finger picking, or more like the original if you use the modified C, but play what's comfortable. Okay, let's go through the 4th line. Okay. Fool said I, you do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you. G. Take my arms that I might reach you. G. But my words, it's so fast, right? Like silent raindrops fell. G, E minor, back to G. Where are we? 4th line. Echoed in the wells of silence. Let's keep going. 5. And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made, and the sign flashed out its warning in the words that it was forming. The sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls and tenement halls. E minor. Okay, go to the outro, last line, because that's where the 5 goes. And whispered in the sounds. Okay, we go back to that E sus2, our very first chord, right? Of silence. Another one. And then end on the E minor. Good. Okay, so hopefully that gives you a little more familiarity with those chord transitions, because now we're going to add the picking, and it's always better to establish what the left hand is doing before you add right hand stuff, right? Okay, so let's go to our E sus, and let's have a modified, play the modified E sus. You could play the full one if you want, but it's not necessary here, yeah? Okay, mostly because our picking pattern is right hand, right? You're going to do, if you do 1, 2, 3, 4, like give each, okay, quick finger picking basics. So thumb is 1, index 2, middle 3, ring fingers 4. Each finger gets a string, right? So thumb on the G, and then each of 2, 3, 4 underneath those respective strings. This picking pattern, you can see at the top of the chart, I put the picking pattern 2, 4, 3, 4. Okay? So what that means is, right, if we take our E sus chord, okay, I'm moving closer. Here we go. 2, 4, 3, 4. Okay? Maggie, the modified is just to not play the top string because we're not picking it, so you can kind of just leave it alone. You can play, you could just hold it down to keep the shape, but since we're not playing it, you don't even need it. So it just makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so just give that a try on your own. 2, 4, 3, 4. That's the right hand, right? So your index, ring, middle, ring. And hopefully that's starting to sound like the beginning of the song to you, right? Okay. Now, take a second and try that same pattern walking through the different chords of the verse, right? The D, right? E minor. It's just kind of getting familiar in your own time. It doesn't have to be that fast. It could be 2, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 3. Try that modified C. Sliding back to the G. Right? Back and forth. That's C. And then that G. So just walk yourself through a little bit to get familiar, get your fingers used to this pattern. And then at the end, we're going to strum that E minor. So I'll give you a second to work while I have some tea. And you can watch Chewy sleeping. Chewy! It is a grim, rainy day here in San Francisco. It's been raining, I don't know, something like 25 out of the last 30 days. Okay, so now let's give it a try. We'll just go slow, starting from the top, okay? And so we're gonna do, as you can see in my picking explanation here, we're gonna do 2 per chord. So you're gonna do the 2, 4, 3, 4 twice for each chord. Okay. Jim's asking, how important is it to use the right hand fingers that I suggest? It's not. I would say, you know, you'll see famous Hawaiian players who only play with their thumb. They play everything with their thumb, and they can do more than I could ever do. This is more just a sense of hand organization. If it's more comfortable for you to use other fingers, you can do that. But in terms of just finding the max efficiency for your hand, this would make it more efficient, right? To actually use, you know, 1 finger per string. But, you know, I like to say that there are no rules in ukulele, so do what you need to do, yeah? And it depends on what strength you have, if you've played other instruments, that kind of thing. Okay, so let's go to our E sus, right? Okay, now let's play it slowly together, just on this chord, not worrying about the song quite yet. We're just got to get the pattern together. Ready? We'll go 2, 4, 3, and 2, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4. Right? Just try to get that rhythm. Okay, now let's try it slowly, moving through the song. Okay, it's gonna be a little bit hard, but I think you can do it. Here we go. Ready? Intro, we'll go 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's the first one. Now the second one. Hello, darkness, my old D is friend. I've come to talk with you, E minor again. Because a vision softly. Okay, slide up, 3rd fret. E creeping. That's really fast, right? Okay, let's do that a couple of times, right? So from the C. So try that back and forth from your C, 2, 4, 3, 4. It's just one of those. So you'll notice that I have brackets there. Brackets around the 2 chords. That means you're going to split the measure of them. That means we're only going to do one picking pattern for each of them. Okay, so just try that on your own. 2, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4. Right from the C, G, C, G. Right? See how it works for you to find that transition. Okay, so let's start. Well, let's start from the top again. Let's start from the top again, okay? Yeah, from the top again. Find your E sus again. Ready? We'll go 1, 2, 3, and. Hello, darkness, my dear old friend. Talk with you, slide again. Because a vision softly creeping. Now stay on G. Left its seats while I see us sleeping. And the vision. Okay, so that part. I'll stop there because the timing is a little strange. So you're going to go for left its seats while I was a C, and then back to the G for sleeping. And then you're going to the next line for that half measure G, okay? And the vision, right? So it's just one little G in there that takes us to the next line. That's one of those unconventional Paul Simon things. Okay, so let's go back to softly creeping, the C, right? Ready? 2, because a vision softly creeping. G, left its seats while I see was sleep. G. Now in the next line, G, and the C, vision that was planted in my G brain. Still wrote G, E minor, then the G within the sound of silence. I'll go over that. But that just gives you a sense of, whoa, it's moving, okay? So, yeah, like Paul Simon was writing during a time when it was just about like essentially poetry that then he put music to. So it goes, the vision part, right? That's just regular full measure. Vision that was planted in my brain still remains. So the remains is 1 G, 1 E minor, next line G within the sound, right? So it's that weird half measure G, and then you're going straight to the D, right? Within the sound. And and then regular D of, and then you got to switch to your E sus, silence, and then one strum on the regular E minor. In restless dreams I walked. Okay, so let's try all of that one more time. We'll go slowly. It really is about getting used to the timing. And the thing is, if you play it on your own and you don't play the half measure G, you make it a full measure G, that's totally fine. It's more that if you are listening to the song and you want to be accurate to the song, then just recognizing that that's what he does. But, you know, you can hang out there forever. You could be, you could say, still remains within the sound, or you can take as long as you need there. He just goes right into it. So, okay, one more time from the top. Nice and slow, right? We'll go, it'll be picking 2, 4, 3, 4. We'll go 1, 2, 3, and we'll sing here. Hello, darkness, D, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping. 1 G. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains E minor and G within the sound. He says of silence and strum. Okay, I'm going to leave that there because I think you guys could work on that, yeah? Let's move on to the strum of the verse, yeah? Okay, see ya, Isa? All right, so it's the same chords. Now we're just going to apply a strumming rhythm. So you can see at the top, my strum pattern there is down, 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 right? You're emphasizing the third beat, all right? So what that feels like, and there's 2 of those per chord. So what that feels like is similar to our, right? So we're going 1 and 2, well, you could say 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, or you can count it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, right? Okay, so let's just try that, all right? So on the D, let's get the feeling of the pattern. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 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 and 1, 2, 3. Hi, Lena. You can just join us on the strumming part of Sound of Silence, all right? 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. We'll just keep up that strumming pattern moving through the verse, okay? That part hopefully will be easier. Again, it's just the timing of the feel of the song. Okay, let's try it. We'll start with In Restless Dreams I Walked Alone. Narrow streets of cobblestone. Neath the halo of a street lamp, I turned my collar to the cold. Just one of these, one G. When my eyes, that's that half measure, were stabbed by the flash of the neon light. That's with the G, E minor, G, and touch the sound. Again, that half measure of silence, and we'll hold. We'll work through that. Jeremiah's asking, is it 3, 4 time? Nope. You're definitely still counting 4, right? We're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just accenting the 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? 3, 4 time is when we just count 3. So in this case, we are counting 4. We're just accenting the 3. Okay? Let's try that again slowly, and I will slow down when we get to those parts that are fast. Okay? So, in restless dreams I walked 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Narrow streets of cobblestone. Neath the halo of a street lamp. Okay, so right there it's pretty fast. So let's just try that back and forth. So on the C, you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So let's just try that back and forth. C, G, C, G. Just a little exercise. C, G, C, G. Yes, Susan, there are no ups. Hi, Nelica. I think you meant Cynthia. Is that what you meant? Are you talking to someone else? Okay, so that's just got to get used to that change. Okay, so let's start there. Neath the halo. Okay, ready? Neath the halo of a street lamp. G, turn my collar to the cold and damp. G, when my sea eyes were stiff. Sorry, I keep singing that wrong. But anyway, the idea is that there's that fast movement, there's that weird half measure. Okay? So let's try same place, beneath the halo, right? Going from that C, 1, 2, I'll just sing it. Neath the halo of a street lamp, I turn my collar to the cold and damp. When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the G, E minor, G, and touched the sound of silence and hold. Yes, no upstrumming. Susan, I think we meant the same thing. No upstrumming. It's all down strums. All down strums. Okay, let's go through third verse. We could do it. Okay? In the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking. G, people hearing without listening. G, people writing songs that voices never share, and no one dare. E minor, G, disturb the sound, right to the D of silence. Whole fourth verse. Fool, said I, you do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you. Take my arms that I might reach you. But my words, like silent raindrops, fell. E minor echoed in the wells of silence. Okay, we're gonna go to the fifth verse, which then goes to the outro. You might, if you're counting, you might notice that some places that half measure G is on and sometimes it's off. It depends on kind of what he's singing there. But for the most part, it's a half measure. Okay, last verse. Fifth verse, go to the outro. And the people bowed and prayed. The neon god they made. And the sign flashed out its warning. In the words that it was for me. And the sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls and tenement halls. E minor outro whispered in the sounds. E sus, go back to your E sus. We're gonna pick that very last part of silence. And on the full E minor. All right. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys have fun with that. So the picking, after that first picking verse, you just hold, right? In restless dreams I walked alone. So in each of these verses at the end, you're going to hold. So then, after that first verse, you go from the picking to the strumming, and then at the very end, we come back to the picking. This is a very iconic picking pattern, right? Or like riff, right? Picking riff. You you kind of know right away. You're like, oh, that's sound of silence. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys have fun with that. Let's take a quick look at Can't Help Falling in Love. For most of you guys, I think if you've done the Hallelujah tutorial, then this should be pretty easy. So if you haven't done the Hallelujah tutorial, you can do that one. This is all finger picking. Oh, no, it's not. It's part finger picking and some strumming. So this is in 6/8 time, meaning that we're going to have 6 counts per beat. Jennifer says she loves that arrangement. Thank you. Yeah, it's actually it can be simplified and, you know, sound good. That's what I try to do. So, okay. So the finger picking pattern is using the right hand 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. Okay. So on the C, you're going from essentially the string closest to you, going down and then back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. Okay. So, whoa, what was that? I don't know what that was. Something fell. Okay, so in this case, it does make sense to use 1 finger per string because we are picking all of the strings. But of course, you can use whatever fingers you need to use. Just understand that that's an efficient way to assemble your fingers. Okay, so go ahead and just work through that picking pattern on the C. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. Okay. I'm just gonna go through the picking patterns. You guys can work out the chords. The song moves slowly enough that you're going to have time to get to the chords, right? So, Jeremiah's asking, does the pattern still make sense with a low G tuning? I think so. I have my low G over here. I would imagine so. It'll be like boom, 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 boom. I think it's all right. So I would say go for it. Or get a high G uke also. Okay, so let's give this a try. We'll just move through the verse and then so that I can show you what happens at the bridge. But this is definitely a song that's, I think, easy enough to work on your own. Okay, so intro, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. Let's sing it. Wise E minor men say, only fools rush in. Second line, but I can't help falling in love with you. Let's keep going. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Okay, now on the bridge, I introduced a strum pattern. Again, this is 6/8 time, so we have 6 counts per measure, right? So our 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2 is essentially 6 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we are going to accent the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 here, right? So you're going to see in my strum pattern, I have big D, little d, right? Down, 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 down. So let's try that on the E minor. And you'll notice the E minor moving to the B7. This might be different than a B7 that you've seen. It's the exact same shape. It just has to go up 1 string. It's so great, okay? So let's try that. E, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, stress that one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, let's try to sing that. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things, A7, were meant D minor to be. Whole G7, back to picking. Here we go. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Last line. No, I can't help falling in love with you. And in my original video, you might hear that after I go on the last line, I can't help falling in. I do like just kind of a dramatic ending. Love with you. You can do whatever you want there to make it dramatic. Okay, that one is just a matter of working out that finger picking pattern on the strum. So hopefully that gives you enough to go on. So there we go. We have Sound of Silence and Can't Help Falling in Love. Hopefully you guys have fun working with those two songs, and I'll create a tutorial for Sound of Silence later this month. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Hi, Tracy. Let me know anything specific that you felt like helped you or that you needed more clarification on, because again, in order to shoot the real tutorial, it helps me a lot to have gone through the teaching, because sometimes it takes explanation to realize, oh, I didn't explain that quite right. So thank you for letting me do that with you all. Yeah, great. Yeah, for anyone who's joining us for the first time, welcome. We do this every month. And I'll see some of you next week for our beginner jam and our intermediate jam. And Monica says she has finger cramps. Yeah, shake them out, shake them out. Yes, yes. Thank you for joining me. Aloha. And be safe wherever you are and enjoy yourselves. Yes. And I will see you guys next week, next month on Patreon. Thank you for your support. See you guys next time. I have to get there and actually disconnect first, because otherwise I have that weird moment of being like, oh, I'm still looking at the camera. Okay, bye.